Well, South Africa has its first agricultural master plan. The Agriculture and Agro-processing master plan was signed this week. Land Reform and Rural Development Minister Thoko Didiza says it aims to help the sector recover to pre-COVID levels, boost growth and create more sustainable jobs. For more on this now, we're joined by Siyabonga Madlala, who is the chairperson of the South African Farmers Development Association. Siyabonga, thank you so much for your time this morning and a very good morning to you. I understand that though the master plan itself has been presented, but not all stakeholders are actually satisfied with it. Can you just take us through how so?
Well, thanks for having me. Morning, Faith, and morning, South Africa, South Africans at large. I think on my side, there's a lot that black farmers, for instance, would like to see being depicted in the master plan. But I must commend the minister. I think this is it's a good chopping block to start from, because now in the master plan, you realize that we've brought about all the stakeholders that we need to make agriculture work. It's a triple P that I see, public-private partnerships that I see being facilitated that will actually catapult, agriculture into being, the backbone of the country. So I think the master plan, I welcome the master plan very much, and I really see hope for the communal farmers as well, because here we see banks also being mobilized into this what we call blended finance facilities that will help farmers a lot, because the big problem is access to finance. So I think much as there may be reservations from others, but I think it's a good chopping block to start from. We can then perfect it from there.
I see that it's a good place to actually start from. What has been lamented by farmers countrywide is the lack of policy certainty when it comes to the way in which agriculture is conducted in this country. Are you hoping that this master plan right now then will cement the policy certainty and hopefully then boost the confidence of farmers? Those that were even thinking of selling off their farms and God knows moving to Australia are now deciding to visit or revisit this kind of decision making.
Indeed. I think what has been lacking really is a platform that brings everybody together, because solutions in agriculture cannot be achieved in silos. And I must say, some banks have been battling to fund communal farmers, but now with the government intervention of bringing in blended finance, also there's hope now for small-scale farmers and communal farmers. And the infrastructure development, facilitating and mobilizing funds, and getting the commercial farmers to work with the vulnerable small-scale farmers. For me, this is a platform for a dialogue, and I welcome this very much. That's why I'm saying, from my side, now we just need to give it a chance, and we need to be participating actively in the master plan. No one will do it for us, but this is a platform for all of us now to participate and make the master plan work. The minister and her team have done and have created platform for us to actually start talking to each other.
Yeah. Siyabonga, I want us to talk a little bit about this transformation schemes through the private-public partnerships themselves. Can you just take us through exactly how we're anticipating these transformation schemes to work? And more than anything else, it's one situation where you are absolutely pushing for transformation, but transformation needs a collective response to it. It needs the farmers that are already established, the commercial farmers that are already established, that are within the game, to say, you know what, I actually want to take on this transformation scheme and perpetuate transformation agenda. And then it also takes the smaller scale farmers being able to come to the party and say, teach us, so that we're able then to pass on the baton, carry on the baton from where you left off. How will these transformation schemes work, and what do we do about those farmers that would seek to keep all the knowledge systems to themselves and not participate?
Yeah, I'm excited by those farmers that have already, taken this call of transformation forward. Look, it's the future of the country. If we don't embrace transformation, we are really setting up our children and our future generations to a failure. There's skills, knowledge, expertise that we need from commercial farmers that needs to be passed on, and blended with that is also a willingness to share the land, so share the resources, and for me, I think I've seen it happen where we've seen in Kuze, for instance, where a commercial farmer has actually partnered the small-scale farmers in Makatini to actually come up with government to come up with a rail siding, to put their cane on rail now, because the transport costs have been so expensive, it made them not viable at all. So now the minister was launching that about a week or 2 weeks ago. So I'm excited with that kind of partnership where commercial farmers realize that the future in this country is about integrating with communal farmers, with black farmers, because you can't be a rich person in the middle of poverty all over around you, because then theft and crime is facilitated and easily by that, because then people see your wealth and they want to come in. But if you activate the farmers around you to actually participate in agriculture, because black farmers want to farm, they do.
Yeah.
There will be limitations with access to finance. There will be limitations with access to resources. If those resources are shared, and also land, which is one of the big issues, that land should be shared so that then farmers can graduate from just being small to being then commercial farmers. So I think it's an interesting subject that every South African needs to embark on. Transformation is a pillar. It's got to be in the future of our country.
Another sticky point to touch on is the social protection of farm workers. This has been an ongoing conversation around how is it that we can ensure that farm workers are not exploited. It's one thing to talk about the safety of farm owners, but farm workers themselves need to come to the party and need to be able to be given that space where they can thrive, grow within the sectors of industries and not feel as though they are just a form of cheap labor. How do we see this master plan speaking to that very same reality?
When I looked at the master plan itself, it says social compact. That word speaks great things for me, because if we are to undermine farm workers, then just forget about agriculture. Let's just close shop. This is a time to integrate farm workers into ownership of the land that they are farming. Look, there is no farmer without the farm labor, the farm workers. I think it's time that we respect those that are actually, doing the day-to-day, dirty work on the farms. It's difficult work to say, but I must say, I've tried to, as a farmer myself, to try and do some of the work that my farm workers are doing. It's difficult, sometimes under hot conditions and what have you. There's nothing that actually bugs me. Like, then after that, they've got no proper housing. Then they've got no food sometimes. They've got no water sometimes. Those are things we need to just let's have Ubuntu, man, as farmers. Let's just, respect our people. And these farmers need, the employees actually need to be integrated into ownership. I think that's the time that then they will protect the farmers themselves, because if they know that they are part of the ownership structure of that farm, yes, they will continue farming, but then they enjoy the benefits of profits of what they've been working hard for the year. So I think for me, this document, as I'm indicating, does stimulate those discussions. The social compact being the pillar of that. I'm happy that we've signed a sugar master plan as well, which actually does embrace black farmers as the foundation of the sugar industry. So I think with the lessons learned from the sugar master plan, we're going to be integrating that as well into this agriculture master plan, because I think it has stimulated these benefits already that we are recognizing from that master plan, the sugar master plan. But on this particular one, it's more diverse, and I know that different challenges to different commodities, but it's a dialogue, an opportunity to dialogue and create a South Africa we need.
I hear you. I definitely hear you on that one. I think it's more than anything else at this point in time, Dr. Siyabonga, is about the implementation of this master plan, which then becomes so critical in it as well. We're going to have to leave it there for this morning. Dr. Siyabonga Madlala there from the South African Farmers Development Association, just speaking to us about this new master plan developed by the Department of Agriculture. But still